some proper analysis, not some kind of like bullshit, and not something that's gonna just annoy us. Kate and Jimbo, we wanna see a bit of football chat, not like the rest of the other football crap. Hey, we wanna get it with the realness. Oh, baby, Kate and Jimbo.
Welcome back to Kate and Jimbo. I nearly missed it there because I was dancing away in the background. Nearly missed the start of the show. Hope everyone's well on this 19th of January, and it's officially Blue Monday today, the most depressing day of the year. And as a Spurs fan, I can concur, this could be the most depressing day of the year. We lost West Ham, which, if that isn't bad enough, we've been spineless and still haven't sacked Thomas Frank. Instead, he will be taking the press conference today and, by all accounts, be in the dugout for Tottenham's Champions League game tomorrow against Dortmund. So things are looking pretty dire at the minute. But we're here, we're alive. Jimbo, how are you feeling on this Blue Monday?
I said to you I felt a bit anxious today, and then you told me it was Blue Monday. I've had kind of butterflies. I mean, I've been waking up in the night and looking at my phone to see if he's been sacked. You know, I mean, that's just sad. Fucking sad.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I'm all right, babe. I'm all right.
Yeah. Oh, Fiona. She says, afternoon, babe. Sorry, I can't stand the new theme song. I think it's really catchy. Tell me why you don't like it. And anyone else, if you've got an opinion on it, let us know. I know it's a bit different to the other one, but I had to put Jimbo in the other one because we were the perfect match. Now we're Kate and Jimbo, so we had to change it. Let's see what's in the chat. We've got Naomi here. Big up, Naomi. Hope you are well, my lovely. We've got Lou in the house saying, afternoon, you lovely lot. Congratulations to Lou and Manchester United. Big up, Rob, for beating Man City quite comfortably and probably their best performance in years and years. Oh, excuse me, I've got hiccups. Shemtan's here, says, afternoon, Princess Kate, Sir Jimbo, new Spurs manager in waiting. Yes, give the job to Jimbo. Hope you're both well. Shocking that he hasn't been fired yet. The club are disgusting to keep him in the job and to make him have to take the media session after everything that's happened in the last days. He just looks like a dead man walking.
I agree with that.
He's a guy to have to be put through this. I agree with that as well. What do we expect? We have a CEO that was fired from Arsenal and a director of football that was sacked by Villa. That is who is running the club now. We are a mess. Look, I think I said to Jim, if they're really going to let this guy take the game tomorrow, which it looks like they are, it's going to be so toxic. I mean, I wouldn't want to be Thomas Frank on that sideline tomorrow. It's going to be horrendous. And it's not a good look. It's, you know, we're playing against a team that are better than us, that have only lost 3 times this season. We're riddled with injury. So the odds are stacked against us anyway, without the crowd getting on Thomas Frank's back. And I don't blame the crowd, but, oh, Jim, it's going to be horrendous tomorrow.
Well, I mean, look, Kate, I'm a little bit dumbfounded, right, with a couple of things to do with the club. And you know me, I'm not one. I don't put the club down. I don't put players down. I don't put the manager down. It's just not me. I try and back my club all the way. But I'm a little bit dumbfounded with a couple of things. The first one is, right, he took Solanke out of the Champions League team. He must have known when he was going to roughly be back. He's come back before the next Champions League game, and he took him out. And when I saw he come back, I thought to myself, why did he take him out of the Champions League squad?
I know.
I don't get it. And not unless he ain't communicating with the
medical team.
With the medical team, because that's a real weird one for me. They must have given him a rough date, like within a week or two of when he would be back. And now we haven't got Tom Solanke in the Champions League squad, and it's just like, what the F is going on? How did they ever mess that up? You know, that to me is a real proper weird one. And the other thing is I just don't get why they've kept him. Right, not just because I don't think that he's up to the job at Spurs. I don't think he's up to the job at Spurs, and I was one of his biggest supporters when he came in because I watched a lot of him, and his tactics were brilliant in certain games against big clubs. But he's not doing it here, and I don't know why they've kept him because it's not good for the players, right? They're obviously not buying into him. It's not good for the people that spend the money, i.e., the supporters, right? You know, I mean, that guy who confronted that Vivian, he pays 24 grand a year, right? I mean, that's our year's wages for some people.
Yep.
Right? And it's like, why? I don't understand why they're dragging it out. It just doesn't make sense. I mean, what's going to happen at the stadium tomorrow? I mean, for his own health, right? Not just for us, the fans, for him as well. I mean, it's going to be horrible for him going out there. And look, at the end of the day, you can say anything you want about Thomas Frank as a manager, right? As a person, you can tell this guy is a real decent man.
Yeah,
right?
I agree.
He's not. There's not nothing you can pick out with him and say that this guy's not a decent human being. So for his own sake as well, it's just very, very weird to me, Kate. It really is.
Yeah, I agree. We will look into it further. I'm just going to finish saying hello to everyone in the chat. Big Upside Dancers here. Lady Webb is here. Rob says he loves the new intro, which I'm glad to hear. Leo's here, says, hey, homies, I see a bright spot with the team. The situation with Frank is untenable. I don't know where we go from here. Sorry, I can't see a bright spot. No. I don't know. Big up Luco. Big up Rocktat. Leo is also saying loves the new intro. Darren's saying I'm getting reports that Enoch will make a decision after the season's ended. If that's the case, you've got to think that it must be just because they're going to bring Poch back and they don't want to bring an interim in the meantime.
I'm telling you now, right? If they don't sack this man, right, in 5 weeks' time, we'll be in a relegation battle.
Mm-hmm.
Because I cannot see anything on that pitch. Right, he keeps saying in his press conferences that he can see the differences in games, that we're getting better, and he can see it in training, right? And I can't. You know, the training looks all right. You know, it looks intense in times. They laugh and joke a lot, the players, but I cannot see anything on that pitch, right, that makes me think
we're getting better.
Well, I think to myself, Burnley are fighting for their life, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they're going to turn up against us. And I think the massive part of us, Kate, is we haven't got really a creative midfielder, and our front line just can't score goals, right?
Yeah.
So, but I think they need even to get the manager bounce, right, to give us 3 or 6 points extra that will get us out of that trouble. Right, I'm looking at. So maybe if they bring in an interim manager, it will give us that extra bounce where we'll nick some points and get us out of the relegation fight. But if they keep this guy, I'm telling you now, you look back in 5 weeks' time, you're going to go, Jim was right. We will be down there in the relegation battle because I cannot see how Thomas Frank is going to get us points. You know, West Ham, I've watched them a lot this season. That's the worst West Ham team I've seen for a long, long time. You know,
yeah, and they're always going to up their game because it's their cup final.
Yeah, but we should be up in our game, Kate. And if you want to look at it, right, we lost 2-1. Really, it should have been 4-1. So, yeah. I'm just absolutely dumbfounded with this club. I am.
Yeah, I know. Big up Jane Ketley is here as well. West Mall Man says, who else is there to take over at the club? There can't be many managers left who haven't tried. Stick with him for now. Get Poch after the World Cup. I agree with the last bit. I would love to have Poch back, even though part of me wouldn't, because I don't want him to be let down. But I still think just keeping him is negligent, because I don't think it would take a lot, like Jim says, for us to get pulled into the relegation battle. I think Leeds are only 4 points behind us now. And we've got such a tough run of fixtures coming out. I don't know where the next win's coming from. I literally don't have a clue. So I'm with Lady Webb as well. I really feel for Frank. I like him as a human. I just don't think he's that guy. I love the intro.
Sorry, mate, I've said to you many times, right, that a manager have gone to a club, and I've said to you that manager's not going to do well there, right?
Yeah.
Because you can just tell they're not a right fit for that club. And I did believe in Thomas Frank coming here, but after seeing him over the last so many months, he's not the right fit for the club. He's not.
Yeah. I find Frankie uninspiring, the literal opposite of Ange. Why did he take Tell off on Saturday? Tell has looked on it of late. I can't disagree. I literally can't disagree. Signing Gallagher doesn't make sense. He can't be registered for the Champions League squad, and he's not the progressive passer we badly needed. What makes me laugh is I actually like Gallagher, and I think he's good for squad depth. Is he what we need right this second? Probably not, although he is a leader, which we need. But
it's okay buying him, Kate, but they need to buy the other players as well.
Yeah, they've Atletico sold us him, and when they're going to get Edison, who I think is a fantastic player. So we could have just gone and got Edison, but there you go. He's been here 7 months now, and still everyone is looking at us, and no one can say what's our style of play.
Yeah,
no identity at all. Big up to Spurs GCTV. Graham is here. Says, all right, my lovelies, hope you're both well. Member for 23 months. Legend. And Shemtan, legend. Member for 22 months. I agree, Jim, says Fiona. Big up Joey Barton, says Jim's right. In February, where we would get any points? Not a bloody clue. Big up to you. Truth always prevails. Nikos, is it? Nikos. Good afternoon, Jim, you bombshell. And Kate, too, of course. Good to see you. Lou says you don't need to see the finished product, but you do need to see progress in the construction. 100%. I don't see any progress. I don't see any players that have improved under Thomas Frank at all. We have the worst front three in recent history. The one player that was scoring goals was Richie, and now he's injured. Oh, my God.
I want someone to answer me this, right? How are we ever in 14th, right? How are we in 14th when you look? I read the last 25 games out to Kate the other day, right? And it was just lost, drew, lost, won, lost, drew. And there was 4 wins in 25. And I said to her, how are we in 14th? I can't understand. We should be in a relegation battle now. Honestly,
we're lucky that there's been teams that have been a lot worse than we have. That's the same as last year.
We're in 14th. We're lucky to be in 14th when you read the last 25 games.
It's not sustainable, because last year we were sitting here going, thank God there was teams worse than us, and we're doing it again this year.
Yeah, but Kate, the thing is some of them teams below us now are not worse than us. They're actually better than us.
Mm-hmm.
So this is where I'm really, really worried this season.
We was talking about Wolves yesterday. They're better going forward than we are. Much better.
We watched Wolves yesterday, and I turned around to Kate and I said, they are 10 times better going forward than we are.
Yeah.
And they are. And we enjoyed watching the game, yet we don't enjoy watching the Spurs game.
Oh, watching Spurs is like torture. If someone took me in to be interrogated and put on the Spurs game, I would tell them anything they want to know. It's as easy as that. Big up to Rob, absolute legend, becoming a member. You didn't have to do that, but thank you. I'm going to start doing members-only content as well, and there will be a member show coming up. We're going to start doing it more regular. We was all set to start being more regular at streaming, and then we both got poorly, but we're back now. Win, lose or draw, the good, the bad or the ugly, we will be here. Didn't you say at the end of last week you wanted to stick with Frank? Yes, we both did.
Yeah, Joey, I did, right. And I was wrong. I mean, losing to West Ham was the last straw for me. I thought we'd beat West Ham quite easily. But, I mean, I don't like keep changing managers, but I just think if we don't change him, we're going to be in so much trouble.
Not only that, but I did say I think Frank needs time. But then I also said on the pump up, if we lose or draw to West Ham, I am fully Frank out, because there's no excuse. We didn't turn up for the North London derby, and we're just not turning up for games. I don't believe the players are playing for him. And yeah, there's just no going back. He is the definition of untenable, his position. Rocktat says, I've heard a rumour that the new first team coach is going to take charge tomorrow, and by the end of the day, it's going to be announced that Frank's been sacked. That would be wonderful. Let's hope that's true. I've not watched Spurs for over a month now.
You've not missed a single thing, I can promise you.
The players also need to have pride in themselves. The fact they allowed West Ham to work harder than us was embarrassing. Yep, I agree.
Well,
the thing is, they all come out at the end of the game and go, we're so sorry, we're so embarrassed, we should have... Well, do it on the frigging pitch then. Don't apologise after the event. Pull your socks up and dig in.
I can tell you now, right, Kate, to tell you this is the truth. When Spurs were on the other day, I went out in the kitchen and started cleaning. When Spurs were on,
that's why I make sure I put Spurs on all the time so my house stays clean.
I said to Kate, I can't watch it no more. And I went in the kitchen and started doing things in the kitchen. Just couldn't watch it anymore.
Yeah. Just a quick drive-by. Jimbo, the championships ain't that bad. Plus, think of all the cheap burger and chips the away fans will enjoy. You'll soon settle in, mate. Big up, Vinders, you cheeky little monkey. Good job, we like you. Arteta is being linked with the vacant Real Madrid job today here in Spain. I think that will all depend on whether he wins the league. I don't see him going. We would get our traditional 3 points against City. Yeah, the one team I don't really mind if we lost, because obviously we want to keep the pressure on Arsenal, but that's probably the one we win.
We've got no chance the way we're playing.
I did say to Kate at the start of the season, it's going to be an epic relegation battle. Love ya in a bit. See you soon, Vinders. Thanks for coming in. Not. I think the board promised they would back the manager and now have to save face, but poor Frank is the wrong manager to back. He's not fit for us. They just need to be honest and pull the Band-Aid. That's the thing. If people wound up and said, look, we messed up, we made a wrong choice, well, you respect them more, because at the end of the day, a lot of fans, including me and Jim, I know Saba, a lot of YouTubers were excited about Frank. We thought he'd be well organised. And we can quite easily put our hands up and go, wow, we got that well wrong. So if the owners come out and say, look, we got it wrong, we picked the wrong man, I know they've done it consistently, but this is a new regime, if you like. I truly believe if Daniel Levy was still our director, CEO, whatever, he would be gone by now, Thomas Frank. And the first time since he's gone, I actually miss him because he would have sacked him by now.
Look, I'm not. It's not all down on Frank White. It's got to be down to some of the players. Some of the players are not good enough, right? But I just think that we need to get someone in who can steer it in a different direction than what we're doing, because we're doing the same thing game in, game out, and it's not working. So it needs a new head in there that can put some different ideas in there, you know, and pick up some points and then start again next season. We seem to say this every season, don't we?
Yeah. Good afternoon, Anthony. Hope you're well, my love. Sending you love. Brian Maguire says, I think Frank's lost the dressing room. I do too.
Yeah.
Joey says 14th because teams were really, really bad, but now they're hot on our heels. Yeah, basically what you're saying, Jimbo.
I mean, it's teams are better than us at the minute. There's no argument about it.
Big up, Paige. Congrats on your win at the weekend. Well deserved. Big up Barry Tweetman over on X saying all teams below us are better. They all know how to fight.
Yeah.
We definitely haven't got that desire and fight and grit that they've got. Afternoon Twisted. Good to see you, sir. We don't have any midfielders to field against Dortmund. Paulinho injured. Basuma not registered. Gallagher not registered. Simons injured. I know you literally couldn't make it up. You literally could not make it up.
Simons is not injured, is he?
Yeah.
He played the other day.
Yeah, but he got a knock. Apparently, Thomas Frank is on the Palace shortlist. He'll probably do well there, to be fair. When we concede the first goal tomorrow night, it's going to be very, very bad. Yeah, I agree. Anthony says, smash the like button for Kate and Jimbo. Amazing couple that deserve all your support. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on the bell notifications. Thank you, Anthony. Big up to the lovely Chris Peters in the house as well. Another member. Yeah, we're definitely not going to beat Man City playing like that. No.
I'm not charging hell.
Lou says, you know it's bad when you're cleaning rather than watching the match. Yeah. Rock says, I'm fed up with some fans saying the players are crap when they show in the second half they are better. I said all along it's the coaching by Frank. It's not to lose. He does seem to just it does seem to just he puts his teams out to make sure, that we don't lose. That's exactly right. Like he plays for a draw a lot of the time. You know, we might go 1-0 up and he'll change it and bring a defender on. Whereas when we had Ange and even Poch, you just went forward. Okay, we've scored a goal, but we want another one. Okay, we scored 2, we want another one. And that's what Tottenham fans want to see. I think Frank's too. I just don't think he's good enough, and I don't think he's brave enough to be Tottenham manager either. Chris Agenbar, big up to you, says I put my hands up and picked the wrong woman to marry. I hope she's not watching. I'm so numb to Spurs. I'm not looking forward to watching any game. Yep, I feel exactly the same. Even We Are Tottenham TV, we've had a little meeting this morning. It's not the pre-match pump up anymore. It's now the pre-match therapy session, because we can't pump you up anymore. We can't. It's impossible. But we can all have therapy together. We can cry together, and we can try and get through 90 minutes of shitty football. Afternoon, everyone. What a shit show. Big up, Ben. I hope your nephew is all right. Yeah, Jim is rocking the cough shirt today.
I won't put the Spurs one on. I'm sorry, I wasn't.
Yes, Frank's is the worst home record. Frank has the worst Premier League home record win percentage of any Spurs manager since 2008. We've got Tim Sherwood all the way up there on 72.7%. Conte 71.4%. Pochettino 64.4%. When you think he went a whole season unbeaten, but then again, he was there a lot longer than the other managers. Nuno 60%, Harry Redknapp 57.9%. We go all the way down to Ange 50%, Stellini 50%, and then Thomas Frank 18.2%. If that is not a reason to sack this guy, I don't know what is. What else does he have to do to get the boot? I mean, it is an absolute shit show. 10 points in front of West Ham. And I heard West Ham fans saying yesterday, Tottenham are that bad. If we can carry on picking up points, they could get dragged into it. You know, everyone can see it. If I'm a rival fan, the one team I want to be playing at the minute is Tottenham at their home, because we're shit at home. It's so toxic there. I mean, I just don't know. I just don't know. Tell is our best option for scoring right now. Yeah, Frank took him off. Yeah. Big up Paul Rowland says, hi lovelies, Burnley's tails will be out as well. Yeah, they'll be thinking we can beat them. Of course they will. We did enough in the second half to beat West Ham. Yes, we did. I agree. We couldn't put the ball in the net.
We can't put the ball in the net. We
goals
did do
win games.
I mean, they were a little bit lucky as well, wouldn't they, with the first goal? I mean, if Tell puts that first one away, right, the first chance he had, maybe the game swings a bit different, because their heads will be down where they're in such a bad spot, right? And our tails will be up. But he didn't put it away. They go up and score, and then it's the reverse.
Yeah. Big up, Ben Bryant. Much love to you, my love. But yeah, I think we did enough. We certainly did enough in the second half to beat Villa. But if you start slow and give these teams the lead, you're always playing catch up. It's just madness. And we've been a 45-minute team for a long time. I remember saying it under Conte. We only show up in the last 45 minutes or whatever. There's something inherently wrong with the mentality at Tottenham. But I think Danny Kyriakou put it perfectly on We Are Tottenham TV. When the norm for a football club is losing, and Spurs are so used to losing now, then it just becomes, like he said, just the norm. And I don't know how we snap out of that. We need a manager to come in, shake it up, put some life back in this team, because otherwise the likes of Van der Ven, Romero, Bergvall, all these players are going to want to go, and I don't blame them. Their careers are short. They don't want to be stuck in a toxic nightmare. He's too concerned about planning for the teams we play rather than just going out there and letting them worry about us. We go out there scared. A million trillion %. Big up the coffee shirt. Yes, indeed. Boycott the place, but it will never happen. Yeah. If butts and monkey nuts. Good morning to you,
what I'm saying is, if butts and monkey nuts, you're right. But what I'm saying, Tell had a good chance to bury that, and he didn't bury it. Right. we need our forwards to bury their chances, you know. And if he buries that, the game swings differently. But he wasn't capable of burying it, so we are where we are.
Good morning to you. You know what's done it for me? When Frank, in his first interview, said we're going to lose a lot of games, but going to make our stadium a fortress. I know he couldn't. He's been right about one thing.
Yeah.
Fortress, dear oh Lord, it's more open than Bonnie Blue. If I was a Tottenham fan, I'd be worried about losing players. Yeah, it's exactly what I just said. If the current trend continues, we play Arsenal on the 22nd of Feb. It would be the largest gap between the clubs ever, and they would activate St. Totteringham's Day at home. Never happened before. I don't worry about St. Totteringham's Day and all that crap, but I just worry about how far we've fallen. When you think to the Champions League final less than a decade ago, and now look where we are. It's I don't even have words. He didn't look happy at the end of the game. Darren says Vicario cost us. He went back to tight by being weak when Wilson was against him. Players like that should never be at Spurs. Yeah, we need better than Vicario.
He's twice the size of Wilson. He's letting Wilson muster him, right? Just fucking push the bastard over. Fuck off, get out of my space. It's weak.
You know,
it's weak.
We've been huge Vicario defenders on this channel, but we need better than him. He's just not good enough.
I'm sorry, right? I mean, I shouted the other day and made Kate jump. And see, when you shouting that, I was shouting, look at him divering. He divers with the ball at his feet. It just divers, and he gets like, he waits and waits and waits. He don't know what to do with it. And right at the last minute, when people are closing him down, he kicks it either up the field or to a player. As soon as he gets the ball, just pass it to a player.
Not only that, excuse me, he couldn't catch a cold. I've said it from the day we signed him. He can't catch the ball.
I mean, the other day there was only one player on him when he was when they scored that goal. Right, it's not like he had four around him. He had one player on him, and he should have just shoved him out of the way. Get out of my fucking space and pushed him out of the way.
I mean, Jimbo, we was talking about this morning as well. Porro put in something like 24 crosses. Surely it's time now that he tries him as a winger.
Do you know what? I'm sick of fucking saying it, Kate. Why they're not playing him up the wing? This is a perfect chance to put him on the wing because Kudos is out, right? And have Spence in a right back. It's perfect. But
yep.
What do I know? I'm just on here talking crap.
Yeah, look, he's got to try something. That's for sure. He has got to try something. Frank did give you his word that we will lose games. David Clark, big up to you. Says Tell keeps telling people he's a number 9, yet he gets the ball in the box, only has to take a touch and score. Shows no composure, shoots wide. Composure is class, but he has none. Rob says, yeah, I cringe every time I see the ball at his feet. Yeah,
I know. It's honestly, I was here and I shouted so loud it made Kate jump. And
oh my God, it was so loud.
He differs with it. Honestly, I can't. I just don't get. You could go and get a Sunday league goalkeeper, and they have the ball at their feet, and they will pass it out straight away.
Yeah. Lady Webb says, I'm sure it was West Ham last season who started the trend of rattling Vicario on corners. I actually thought it was Liverpool, but you might be right. Porro is a brain dead idiot. He's getting on my nerves. I saw someone post something on Twitter, and actually I think it sums him up quite well. Somebody needs to sit down Pedro Porro and have a word with him, turning into an unbearable, egotistical charlatan. Cupping your ears at the Spurs fans after Romero's equaliser at home to a relegation-bound West Ham is embarrassing enough. But then to go and lose the game anyway just makes it plain funny. Not the first time this season he thought it's appropriate to hit back at the fans. At least it's good to know where he sees his level. He's happy with a home draw to a bottom 3 club. I've got a real downer on Porro at the minute. I think he's very antagonistic with the fans. To do that, I mean, I know Ange did it, and then we lost the game. I mean, he shouldn't be doing that to the fans. He should be geeing everyone up. We've got the equaliser. It just causes more division. And I've got a real downer on Porro, and I totally agree with you, Joey. He definitely thinks he's better than he is. Udogie is back fit now. It's right time to try Porro there for sure. He don't know what he's doing. We can see the flaws, and he can't. It amazes me. Yeah, Thomas Frank is extremely, extremely naive. There's no doubt about it. Listen to yourselves. We're all as bad as each other. We sit here crying for Frank to be sacked, but look at the quality of players. We can all see it. Yeah, you're right, Joey. Everyone's got to take a slice of the pie.
Yeah, the quality of players, right? Some of them are not good enough, but I think they could be organised better. I do. I think there could be more of a game plan.
Yeah. But it isn't just all on Frank. There's the ownership, the scouting, the players. Everyone's got to take their share of the blame. But I do agree with Jim. I think if the team was organised better, they wouldn't be doing as bad as they're doing.
The scouting at this club is one of the worst I've seen in the Premier League. Our scouting is terrible.
Yeah. Porro for me is overrated. He puts in over 20 odd crosses, and sometimes one good cross happens. Yeah, I think he's definitely overrated by himself. Right. Wrong man for the wrong squad, for the wrong club, for the wrong board. It's just all wrong, wrong, wrong. Yes, it is wrong, 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 wrong. Jimbo, what was I going to say? Something about the game. Well, you might as well just give me your thoughts on the game, because I've said hello to everyone now. Big up to everyone who's here. You're absolute legends. Good to see you all. Nice to share the misery.
Just talking about Tottenham. They're at the ground, and I'll get back.
My thoughts on the game. Big up, Flossie. Good to see you. Lovely. Drop points again for Newcastle yesterday. Very, very bad miss opportunity yesterday. Again, it was one of those games where we started too slow. We were passive. I agree with, I think it might have been Lady Webb who said we're too worried about what the opposition is going to do. We don't just go out. There's no philosophy here where, like I say, it's therapy. We all share the misery together. If you've got a philosophy like Ange, right? I don't want Ange back. I know a lot of people want Ange back. I don't want Ange back. But you knew when you had Ange, he was going to go out and try and win it. And if you scored a goal, he was going to try and score more. And he had a high line for life, and it was craziness and it was madness. But he had an identity. We don't have an identity under Thomas Frank. I also take into consideration the fact that we are absolutely crippled with injuries. However, we should be watching and seeing what a game plan is. I'm not seeing anything. I agree. I was just going to say these exact words. The players look confused with the tactics as well. The left side don't know what the right side's doing. It's like they don't know their arse from their elbow. It's to say it's a shambles is probably the biggest understatement on the planet. It is an absolute disgrace. I saw, I think it was Savas show yesterday. Yeah, it was. Savas posed the question, okay, bring Poch in. What's that going to do? Well, first of all, it'll bring some stability in the club, which we are strongly lacking. And I think we need some stability. We need a manager that can be brought in, that we believe in, that we can stand behind a project. It will bring us identity, because one thing we had under Poch, and not just Poch, but I'm just giving the example because that was the name that came up, is we had an identity. We knew how we were going to play. We didn't sit back. Yes, occasionally we may have done. It'll bring unity to the fan base, to the players. I think it will bridge the gap. And I think, what did I say? Stability, identity. There was one other that I used yesterday. But anyway, whatever. A bit of enjoyment to watch the team. I get it. We haven't got the players that Pochettino had the first time around. However, I sat here with Coover and I said, I love Poch too much to ever want him to come back to my club. But I am actually at the point where I don't know. I don't think there's another manager we could bring in that would unite this fan base back together. I think it's so fractured. I think the relationship between the board and the fans is so fractured, probably the worst it's ever been. I think the most unified the fan base have been in probably 5 years is we're all unified in the fact we want Thomas Frank out the door. And this is the time the club need to go, right, the fans are talking, we're going to listen to them. And they're not doing it. And I mean, Jim, I don't know a single, not one Tottenham fan who thinks we should stick with Frank. Not one.
No, I haven't seen any. Well, he's taking a news conference with Xavi Simons. So I think Xavi Simons is not injured. So, but
Raymond Vega said, and won a trophy. This guy hasn't even won a Danish pastry. I do love Raymond Vega. He says it as it is. He's brilliant. I mean, Jim, do you want to give your thoughts on the game or on Poch or whatever you want?
Well, the game was just depressing, wasn't it? I mean, when we went 1-0 down, it was like, here we go again. We managed to put it back and still end up losing it. But look, there's not much to say on the game. Everyone knows about the game. Yeah, well, Poch should come back. You know, at least Poch understands the club and knows, you know, what we want, us fans want. So he will galvanise everyone, I think. But I think they're making a huge mistake, this board, in letting him even take this game tonight. I do, because
tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night is. If it was away, maybe I would think, all right. But being it's going to be at home, it's going to be. Can you imagine if we go 1-0 down? I mean, it's going to be so.
We will go 1-0 down, Jim. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, it's just going to be embarrassing, isn't it? For the whole, it's going to be embarrassing for us as a club. You know, I mean, I don't really know what to say, Kate, because I said to you, didn't I? I woke up this morning and I said to you, he's still not been sacked. I'm dumbfounded. I'm absolutely dumbfounded that they're letting him even take this one game. I mean, look, at least if they brought someone in because Poch is open to coming back till Poch comes in, at least I think we might get some more points on the board, you know, with the manager bounce and maybe a bit better organisation. But I mean, I can't see where the next win's coming from with this guy. I can't.
No. Jim, the only reason he has it is there's no one to take charge of the game. I'm definitely not going tomorrow.
There is people to take charge. He's got a second. They've just employed another guy. You know?
Why they've employed him, I don't know, because he was an absolute disaster at Ajax.
I mean, the under-21 manager, the under-21s seem to win a lot. I mean, but you could have stuck him in there for a few games. I don't know. You know, there must be someone. Get Harry Redknapp in. He said he'd come back till the end of the season.
He's about 112.
It doesn't matter, Kate. He still knows football. You don't think the guy forgets football, and he's a massive Tottenham fan. Right?
Yeah, but even Harry was interviewed, and he said the game's changed.
I'll tell you now, right? This is my opinion, right? We are not going to get wins under this guy. I'm sorry, but we're not. I can't see it. There's nothing I've seen in the last so many weeks, months, whatever it is, to tell me this guy is going to take us forward. I can't see it. The West Ham game was the prime thing to give us another 3 points, just to draw us away from that relegation, and he couldn't even get that over the line, Kate. You know, and look, I said to you, I think it's not only for us as the fans and Tottenham as a club, right? But it needs to be for him as well. His own health. You know, he's not a horrible person. He's a nice guy. You can see that. You can see that he is a proper decent man. But for all round everyone's sake, he needs to go, and that's just the way it is.
Yeah.
You know, there's no other way for it.
Yeah. You know, it's bad when poor Jimbo's back is against the ropes and he doesn't know. Yeah, look, this is what Jimbo said. He said, "Are we doing a pump up this week?" This was yesterday or whatever, and I went, "We were meant to be." Yeah, well, I said we got one Tuesday, one Saturday. He went, "I'm not going to be the same Jimbo. I can't." So I had a chat with Ben, and that's when he said, I'm going to change it from the pump up to the therapy couch. We can't just sit there and lie and say, yeah, we're going to smash them 5-0. And
there's nothing that inspires me, right? At least under Ange, right? You knew you could go out there and score a bunch of goals if you hit it right. I mean, we smashed City 4-0. We smashed Villa 4-0 under Ange. So you knew that you could go out there, right, and lose 3-0, or you could go out there and win 3-0 under Ange. So you had a bit of inspiration to say, yeah, we're going to smash them 3-0 or whatever. But there's nothing in this guy that tells me we're going to go out and win a game.
No.
I mean, when I watched that the other day, right, we could have been there for another hour and we wouldn't have equalised, you know. So there's nothing that tells me we're going to win a game. There's nothing.
Yeah. Martin Yole, he was 70 the other day. He could come in. Love to see Martin Yole back in the dugout. Oh, what a ledge. Harry said the other day we'd come back to Spurs or West Ham and do it for free. He did, but then he did a full interview and he said that the game's changed a lot. And I wouldn't, do you know what? I wouldn't do it because I guarantee he'd probably have a heart attack. I wouldn't wish managing Spurs on an older man. I wouldn't let Jim do it. And Jim's only 63, but it would give...
I'd fucking do a better job. I'd get a rocket up their asses in the changing room.
You'd be coaching them and all sorts. He goes, he watches it and he goes, I could do better than Vicario, and I'm just a fat bastard watching the telly.
I mean, look, I wouldn't have let that guy crowd me out, and Vicario's just reaching up. You know, push him out of the way, get out my fucking way, and go and catch the ball. What the fuck? He's a professional goalkeeper. You know, on 120 grand a week or whatever he's on, and he's letting some little midget compared to him, like, crowd him out of the game. It's like, what? You know, man up.
Glasner could be a good bit. I don't want Glasner. I think we went from Ange, we had a slight step up to Frank, and I think Glasner's a very slight step up, but it's not enough of a move. I don't want Glasner. Sorry. I think Glasner will end up going Man United, unless, of course, Carrick, you know, does manage to turn things around and they keep him. Ange's Spurs were great to watch. I never panicked when we went 1-0 down. Now we go 1-0 down and my heart knows it's done. It was at times. I think we're doing revisionism if we say it was always like that, because sometimes with Ange it was bloody shocking. But
you always knew there was a chance you could go out there and like bash your team up with Ange if they hit it right.
It's gross negligence. It's gross negligence from the club that we never, ever, ever, ever replaced Sonny. I mean, it's bad enough we didn't replace Kane. I know we bought Richarlison, Solanke. We didn't replace Sonny in any way, shape, or form, and it's outrageous. I don't know. Now Glasner is not doing very well, and the football's defensive. It's easy to be a top manager at smaller clubs with no pressure. Yeah, that's right. Glasner wants out of Palace because of the transfers. Spurs transfers would kill him. I do wonder whether Brennan Johnson, how he feels. He's gone to Palace. They've straight away, you know, within a week or so, sold their best player in Mark Gaiety, and now their manager's leaving. Was he told this when he signed? Because he's going from one shit show to another, by all accounts. I mean, I don't know. I dreamt about Brennan Johnson last night. I dreamt that we had dinner with his mum and him, and he was such a nice kid. That was just my dream. We was having dinner with Brennan Johnson. Paige says, no thanks, Kate. Glasner could jog on. Spurs are becoming a small team, dropping down the table faster than a hooker's knickers. But yeah, we are. I mean, when you look at the gap between not just Arsenal, but the gap between us and Villa. I mean, it wasn't that long ago when we were saying to Arsenal, mind the gap, and now how it's turned, how it has turned. And this is all because, I'm sorry, but I still say it, this is all because Poch got sacked and he wasn't backed after the Champions League final.
Yeah, well, the year Villa come up, we was in the Champions League final.
Yeah. Yeah, we never replaced Dembele. What a bloody player he is. Right, here's the gossip. Just had a text about it. Hettinger will be taking over tomorrow.
Who's? Oh, right.
I don't even know if I'm happy about that because he's dreadful. So is he going to, Joey, is your source telling you that he's going to be like the interim, or just for the game, or Twisted. Oh, you're Palace, aren't you? You never want relegation, please. I'm not going to shoot you, Joey. Look, I probably could do a better job than Thomas Frank at the minute. I don't know if it can get any worse. But
I'm telling you now, 100%, I could get more out of the players than he can. He's obviously not motivating them.
He's very insipid. I find his press conferences now to be so annoying because he never answers questions. He just sort of laughs and, and this gonk, let me just share this and all, because this pisses me off. I think everyone forgets that this guy was like the top bod at Arsenal. Vinay's a gooner. He was right at the top and would have had many conversations with people about the joy of beating us and got plenty of pats on the back when they did. How could we be stupid enough to put him in charge? Just shows how brain dead the owners and Levy are. I mean, this guy talks a good game without any shadow of a doubt. I thought his speech in the programme was very well written. At the end of the day, he is Arsenal. He was very, very, very high up at Arsenal, and we've managed to bring him in and put him at the top of our club. It's bonkers. He is very uninspiring. Hettinger, terrible idea. He's a number 2, not a manager. Ajax is worse than it's ever been after he was there. No. He was a former footballer and slots assistant at Liverpool last season before he got the Ajax job and got sacked after 128 days. Yeah, I mean, I think he did well alongside Slot, but he's definitely not a number 1. But it could be that he's just coming in for a week, just to take over the next couple of games. I mean, I do, as I say, I like.
If he's learnt off a Slot, he must know some stuff.
I like Frank as a person. I don't want him to go through what he's going to have to go through tomorrow. I really don't. It's going to be horrendous. I can't watch his press conferences. When watching Ricky's show, I mute the sound when he goes to Frank. He's Mr. Magnolia. David Alstein has said that Thomas Frank will be in charge for the Dortmund game. Oh, my God. I don't know what's worse. I mean, I'm after the Dortmund game tomorrow. We're on top of TV before and after. I've got to go on Chris Cowlings and analyse it. Oh, my God, it could be horrendous. He's going to be interim, not permanent. Oh, yes. If we could have anyone, I'd love Unai Emery. He's a great manager. I agree. But he's just signed a massive long contract and at Villa.
But he's not happy, is he, at the minute?
No, but why would he leave Villa to come to us? You know, I just don't see Tottenham being an attractive proposition for anyone.
Yeah, you've got to think, though, Kate, right, with managers, they always think they're the ones that are turning it around.
Correct.
So if they pay them a good wage, they think, yeah, I can go in there and turn that around.
The lovely Bob Dwyer says Spurs want to compete on all 4 fronts. Last season, we wrote off the league and finished 17th. Got to the 4th round of the FA Cup, semi-final of the League Cup and won the European Cup. This season, we're 14th in the league. We got to the 3rd round of the FA Cup, the 4th round of the League Cup, and we're average in Europe. Not the turnaround we was all hoping for. Nothing on socials. Tim says, Jimbo's here and saying you like someone is not nice. Well, I'm not saying I fancy him. I'm only saying I like him.
Like who?
Thomas Frank.
Oh, look, you can tell he's a nice man. You can tell that he's not a horrible man in any way whatsoever. And he's obviously a really good family man. But it's just, you know, for the sake of everybody, including himself, right, he needs to leave Tottenham Hotspur. You know, like I said, if we was away tomorrow, I would understand it more that he was going to be in charge. But being at home, I mean, and for us, are we going to beat Dortmund?
Do you know what as well? What's terrifying is he's the 3rd highest paid manager in the league with Spurs. He's on 8 million a year. It's just... it's fucking madness. Big up Anthony Clark says, up the irons, Frank in. Afternoon to you, Paul G. Good to see you, lovely. Hope you're well.
Paul.
But yes, you're right. I said Frank was too nice on the terrace, and Terry went, how can he be too nice? He's too nice. He doesn't. The discipline has got worse since Frank's come in. Why? Because they don't respect him. You can see they don't respect him. Look at when Van der Ven and Spence went off the pitch and he went over to shake their hand. They just walked past him, and then he kind of half joked about it in the press conference.
Yeah, he needs a hair dryer moment, doesn't he? And he change him, put the fear of life into him.
Yep, exactly that. He's way too nice to be a Spurs manager, in my opinion. This is the players that we have out tomorrow for the Europa League, the Champions League game. Van der Ven suspended, Solanke ineligible, Basuma ineligible, Dragusin ineligible, Gallagher ineligible, Richarlison injured, Davis injured, Palhinha injured, Bentancur injured, Kudus injured, Kulu injured, Madison injured, Sarr, he was at the AFCON, but he's also got an infection, so he's unwell. So that is the players we have got out tomorrow. So I think it's rather safe to say we have got an absolute threadbare squad to face Dortmund, who have only lost 3 times this year. I mean, I just don't know what to say. Yeah, bench full of kids. I mean, we haven't got a DM, have we? For a start. And yeah, there is rumours that Simmons has got a knock as well.
I think he'll be all right, Kate, because he's doing the press conference. So I'd be very surprised if he's injured.
What, Simmons is?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, he won't be then. Big up, guys, and chat. Happy New Year to you, Jimmy. Gray has a knock. Yeah, he got taken off with a knock, didn't he? Got to play some kids tomorrow, no choice. Oh, that was the other thing I was going to say about Poch. He will utilise the academy. We all know how brilliant Poch was at nurturing the youth and improving the young players. You know, they've made this big statement saying now we're going to spend more money on the academy and bridge the gap. Well, Frank doesn't play these young players. And like I say, I don't think Frank's improved a single player since he's been here. Not one. Frank knows the club are looking at other options. Great motivation ahead of a Champions League game. Should have just done it before the game. Agreed entirely, Paul. Yep, Mama, it is a full squad out. How many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And Gray with his knock is 14. Do you know that I'm home form with the 17th?
Sorry, Kate, they're all first team players, really, I suppose, apart from maybe Sarr and maybe Davis now. Is he a first team player? All the rest are first team players.
Yeah. Do you know what? And the other thing is, I would be tempted, not necessarily tomorrow, but I would be tempted to try Kinski or an Austin in goal. Vicario's looking very shaky at the minute. I'm not saying for tomorrow's game, but do you know the latest on Davis? Not seen anything. No, I did read an article that said that could have been the last time you ever see him in a Spurs shirt. But I haven't heard exactly what's wrong with him. Let me just see if there's anything. Injury update. Potential season ends in injury. Just says a possible leg break. No one knows for sure. There's just rumours. I mean, he did look like he was in pain. He had oxygen and all sorts. So it definitely doesn't look good. Was it really Levy's fault because your transfer window, you're still acting the same? Yeah, but it's still the same ownership. It's still ENIC. Levy was just a mouthpiece for ENIC. It's still exactly the same ownership model. We've just got a different front man, if you like. Let's not forget all the managers in or out nonsense distracts from us not buying players in this window. It's ENIC 101. Don't play RKM. He's useless and don't even try. Who's RKM?
Hello.
I can't think who that is.
Right.
Let's face it, we're a shit show indeed. Davis has a bad ankle injury, probably out for the season. If I don't see Luca Williams Barnett play, then Frank needs to go after the game. RKM. Oh, Randall Colomawani. Of course. If Levy was still here, Frank would have been sacked a week ago. I said exactly that at the start of the show. Rock. I don't want to say I miss Levy, and he was criticised quite rightly for being savage at times, but my God, Frank would have been gone more than a week ago, I think. I think there was games that maybe the 3-0 against Forest. Yeah. But Vinay is known to keep the faith and ignore what the fans want. He did it with Arteta. So maybe we're stuck with this guy for a while. Who knows? Udogi's car was smashed up during the game. Just seen it on the news. He must want out of London. That's 2 incidents. Yeah, they smashed all his back windows in. I saw that. He isn't having a great time of it, is he? But that is London for you, unfortunately. Yeah. Just checking there's no news on Frank, but it's not. What time's this news conference, Jim? Do you know?
3:30, they said.
Oh, not too late. Senegal's goal scorer said that Tottenham midfielder Pape Matar Sarr were not feeling well. They've all got a virus. Yeah, they had to go into isolation. So you would think that Sarr probably won't be in the squad tomorrow either. It doesn't get much worse than this. Literally, if it doesn't rain, it pours for Spurs. We literally have got bare bones, isn't it, Jim? Literally bare bones.
Yeah, you know, I was trying to think who was available. I see the list who's not. But yeah.
Someone's tweeted, I check my timeline every 10 minutes to see if Thomas Frank's been sacked. This is what I mean. The fan base is really unified on this. It's madness. Look, Xabi Alonso would be lovely, but he's never going to come to Spurs. He will end up at Liverpool. Liverpool wanted him before they got Slot.
Well, you think the right money, he'll come, Kate.
I don't think he will.
He would. You offer him the right money, he'll come. Offer him the right money and guarantee him a certain budget, and he'll come.
But they guarantee people all these things, and they never honour it. Do you play a back three with what players are available? Who have we got? I heard Romero's not available either, but I don't know if that's not true.
No, Romero's available.
Is he?
Yeah, it'd be Romero and Danso, and it will be
Spence and Porro.
Yeah, Spence and Porro, won't it? So,
no Van der Ven, Davis, Dragusin, Benton Kerr, Basuma, Sarr, Gallagher, Madison, Kulu, Kudus, Richards, and Solanke. Jesus Christ. Yeah, he'll probably stick with the four at the back. Bergvall's going to have to play in midfield. He's available, right? Yeah. I don't know who I don't know who he's going to put as DM.
Someone just put Van der Ven. Van der Ven's suspended, isn't he?
Yeah, Van der Ven's out. I don't know. The bad luck we're having in 26 is so strange that I might be forced to be superstitious. I'm telling you now, Tottenham has had a curse put on it, an ancient curse that someone's done the old and put some mad curse on Spurs.
Is your doggy okay?
No, he's back. He was on the bench at the weekend, wasn't he? I think your doggy's back.
Okay.
We don't have three centre halves yet. Van der Ven, Danso, Porro, Spence. Van der Ven's out. He's suspended. Danso, Romero, Spence, Udogi, and Porro wing backs. It's okay in 5 years' time. The year ends in one. Do you know what? I think in 5 years' time, Tottenham will have killed me off. There's an ancient curse. We need either a priest or some sort of voodoo priestess to come in and bless the club.
You was watching a film the other day, and there was someone coming like voodoo, right? And Kate said, "That's all we need at Tottenham."
I swear to God, there's got to be a curse on this club. But yeah, I blame Adebayor's mum. I blame, I don't know, everyone. Good morning to you. Magic J 44 Spurs says, good afternoon. Billy T was up at 6:30 this morning to see if Frank had gone. Jim was up at 5:15, was it? And he woke me up.
It was before that. It was about 4:30. First time I looked.
He goes, Kate, are you awake? It's like, yeah, I am now. Yeah. Why? Frank's still not been sacked. As if he's going to have been sacked in the middle of the night.
I don't know. You hope you wake up to it.
Yeah, bad juju all over the place. King Willie and his voodoo magic. I was at work by 5. Well, I was in bed, awake. And then again this morning when we woke up, we checked again. And I said, it's not going to happen now. It's not going to happen. If he's doing the press conference, it's definitely not going to happen. But I don't even, if I'm the boss of Spurs, if I'm the CEO, he don't even get to do a post-match interview yesterday. The second that whistle goes, he's gone. I'm like, see you later, loser. Off you go. I check every 15 minutes. I was up at 4, as always, checking. It may have been answered, but would we take Poch back? And do we think he's likely? Who's the favourite for the bookies? The favourite is Glasner at the moment, and Poch is second favourite. I
won't be inspired if Glasner comes.
No, neither will I.
No, but then I was wrong about Frank. I thought he'd do well, so maybe I'll be wrong about Glasner, and he'd do well. I mean, he organised Palace well, that's for sure.
He's doing the presser because he has to. I'm not only that. I think the fact that Glasner's come out and spoke so emphatically, shall I say, against the board at Palace, that will raise massive alarm bells to Tottenham, because you know the boards do not like being criticised at Spurs, and that will put them off. I think he'll be gone Wednesday after tomorrow. I hope so. Every time it's bad luck, I try to think who I came in contact with. No to Glasner. Yes, he is doing the press conference with Xavi Simons, apparently.
Yeah, he is.
That changed then because Alonso was the other day. Yeah, I looked and it said Glasner is favourite, and then it's very tight. It's like a tiny bit after that is Pochettino. If we're going to wait till the summer, I think it will definitely be Poch.
It won't be Glasner, I'm sure.
No, if they want to put a permanent in now, obviously, I don't know who it'll be. But if they're going to wait till summer, I don't see it being anyone else than Poch. Poch is openly twerking for Spurs. And I think Spurs will, will take up the twerking offer. Glasner had Palace unbeaten for months, and his chairman started selling his players off. I like Glasner. I think he's a good manager. Someone asked me this yesterday, would you take Ruben Amorim? And they asked me if I'd take Xavi Hernandez from Brighton. And I said I'd take Hulk Hogan at the minute. Xabi Alonso, I think, is great. I wouldn't choose Ruben Amorim. I think he's another Ange Postecoglou. He's too set in his ways with his system. I like the Brighton manager, but he wouldn't be my top choice. Give it to Romero till the end of the season will be fun at least. I did say give it to Davis as player manager, and then he got bloody injured. And this is what I think. I think Poch would unite us. I know you're saying no, he wouldn't, Joey, but I do think that the fans generally will give him more time because he's one of the only ones that's got credit in the bank with us. I know he didn't win anything, but he had us playing brilliantly. He had us consistently in the top 4. He had us in the Champions League final. Oh, I need to believe again. I have to unite the fan base. If they get it wrong, it'll be massively toxic. Xavi's done nothing but won the league when Real Madrid was in bad form. I don't want Iriola either. Everyone wanted him when he was flying with Bournemouth, and now all of a sudden no one wants him. I don't want any of them. I don't think they're a step up from Frank. I really, honestly don't. Jim, if you could choose someone realistically, who would you have?
Do you know what, Kate? I don't know, really.
The odds are next permanent Spurs manager, 2-1 Oliver Glasner, Mauricio Pochettino 11-4, Xabi Alonso 3-1, Xavi Hernandez. Oh, hang on, it's changing all the time.
I'll
Right.
probably take Alonso.
Now we've got Xavi Hernandez and Xavi Alonso both at 3-1. It's changed. Then we've got Glasner, Poch both at 4-1. Then Amorim, Maresca, Marco Silva and De Zerbi and Jurgen Klopp. And then it goes into silly things. You'd probably take Alonso.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I would, but I just don't think we've got any.
But if he comes, you know he's going to be given guarantees, because he's not going to come unless he's given guarantees of money to spend.
Yeah.
You know, in a minute, I just want. I just don't think that. I can't see unless we make some sort of change, even if it's just like until the end of the season. I don't. I think if we keep Frank, we're in deep shit. I really do.
I mean, I've been dead set against bringing Poch back because I love him too much. I don't see, unless we got an Alonso, there's no one else that makes me excited. Obviously, Jurgen Klopp would be amazing, but it's never going to happen. But Glasner, Iriola, Hernandez, none of them ring my bell.
Money talks. You offer the right money, you can get people in the door, because they know if it goes wrong, they're still going to get a massive payout. So
I think Poch, for the most part, will reunite the fan base. And I know he's not won anything really, but I love him. The thing is, I really wanted Arne Slot before Liverpool got him. He was me and Jimbo both wanted him. But having seen him at Liverpool, I don't know. Would you take Arne Slot, Jim? I'd take him now over Frank, 1,000,000%. But as a permanent, would you take him?
Over Frank, definitely.
Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? We just want someone else. I'd take Arne Slot over Glasner.
I don't think Slot's a bad manager. Okay, I just think things have happened at Liverpool, like they have at Tottenham, that have set him back. You know?
If Glasner or Iriola come in, I'm swapping to rugby. Alonso wants a rest. He's waiting till summer for some opportunities.
Yeah, but Magic, don't you think if they offered him the right money, he would come?
I would. I tell you, I would take. I'd take Eddie Howe all day long. Just saying, I would take Eddie Howe. I love him. I agree, but he may motivate some players. He's a big name. Players are underwhelmed with Frank. Who's that you're talking about? Who did Darren say? Oh, Xavi. Alonso would only come in June. We need to bring in players that know the club and know the Premier League. Poch, just for some nostalgia, is what I want to see. Probably won't end well, but I'm here for it. Yeah, just to have that feeling again of feeling connected to your club and believing.
The thing is with Poch, he knows the club and he knows the fans and he knows what we want and he knows what type of football we want. You know, so it's. I mean, even if it was only for a couple of seasons, and we saw some great football, maybe won a trophy under him. I mean, I just think we're in such a shambles in a minute. And when you think about it, who was it who said? Someone said earlier in the stream that you got an Arsenal guy in charge. It was, and you've got a Villa guy that no one wanted, that they got rid of, and it just showed, you know, what kind of state we're in. It's so depressing. After all the years I've taught this club, I've never ever felt so disconnected to the club as I do now.
Southgate would not work. Yeah, please do smash a like. Apparently, there's a button underneath that says hype. I can't see it because it's my channel, but if there is, please hype the video. I don't know what it does, but I just want it to get hyped.
Let me have a look.
Bringing in a Spurs man to reunite the fan base is the only answer. I do hear you. Do I think it will end well? Probably not. but I just want to have some enjoyment back. I'm surprised Benger's name don't come up more. Give him the 8 million a year Frank gets just for the banter. Take Mason as interim, then get Poch. Big up Chrysandro says, good to see you both looking well. Are we taking bets when the first round of boos will happen? I'm trying hard not to kick off after 30 seconds. I think the boos will start before it even kicks off. And God forbid we go 1-0 down. God forbid. Oh, you have to do the hype after the stream ends. Okay.
All right.
Well, if anyone fancies doing that when the stream ends, so I've got to now say like, subscribe, hit the notifications bell and hype the video, please. Okay. Oh dear, what a mouthful. Although I have got a little button here somewhere. I'm not very good with this sort of stuff. This one, look, goes, oh, like, subscribe, and hit the bell. Is Hoddle well enough for a short-term spell? Another one I wouldn't give to because we'd probably kill him off with a heart attack. Mickey Hazard. Maybe we should get Mickey doing it. Mickey's well, although he's got his hands full with Legend on the bench. Oh, I don't know. It's just a freaking shambles. It's a shame Robbie Keane's
I'm really worried, right? I'm really worried that if they leave it too late with this guy, that we're going to be in real deep shit. I really do think so. You know, I mean, look, where have you gone? Everywhere you look and you read, people are saying they don't want to go to the games, and people are saying they don't want to watch it. You know, I mean, if you've got a business of some sort, right, and you're getting complaints, say you own a baker's and people are complaining that the rolls are stale or the cakes are not cooked properly, then you have to change it, right? And it's the same here. It's not working, and the customers are not happy. And as soon as the customers are not happy, right, and you're talking of hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of customers, you've got to change it. I've not seen anyone stick up for Frank, not one person, you know. And I'm the one who normally, to the dying day, stick up for him. You know, I stuck up for Ange, stuck up for Ange, stuck up for Ange. But I can't, after watching us the other day against West Ham, I just thought, I can't watch this no more. I can't, I've just had it. And that's how every single Spurs fan feels, you know. And it's not, the people who go to the game spend a fortune, like that guy who confronted Vivian Lewis. 24 grand he spends a year, but that's just on his tickets.
Yeah.
Right? Imagine what he spends on food and that. And I look at people, that even the people who don't go to the game, right, like myself and people in the chat, you know, I've got a wardrobe full of shirts and I've got memorabilia all around the house. It's cost us a fortune. You know, I've got coats that have cost me or Kate, if she's bought me a present, a lot of money. And we all spend a lot of money as Spurs supporters, you know, and it's just not right. If the customer's not happy, you've got to do what they want. And the customers want him out. So they should have sacked him by now.
Do you know what? I actually think Tim Sherwood's actually a good call. He had a good.
At the end of the season, it wouldn't be a bad call.
Yeah, he had a 70-odd% win rate when he was interim before. He knows the club. He's available.
That's important.
Yeah, it ain't a bad shout. I never even thought of him. And yeah, he does. He played the youngsters. He was the first one to give Harry Kane a chance.
Yeah,
so.
Jimmy Hotspur is 100% right.
10 points is easily made up in the Premier League, been done many times. Ask Kevin Keegan. The UEFA rule states that Dominic Solanke can come straight back into the Champions League squad for Matthias Tell when fit. Oh, okay. So when will that be? Because it says he's ineligible on the list. Donate the merchandise. It's worth less than toilet bowl.
I mean, we've got a house full of it.
We have. We need a voice that commands respect. I don't see anyone having respect for Thomas Frank. Even Danso was moving the tactical board. I know he's showing him his board and Danso's messing about with it. I mean, can you imagine doing that to Ferguson? Can you literally imagine? And this is so true as well. Frank needs to make that decision. How much chewing gum will that take? Do you know what? I literally can't cope with him chewing gum on the side. Why do managers do that? Fergie used to do it. If you're going to chew gum, that's fine. You go, why does that go and chew it like frigging cows chewing? Is it cud? Is that what they call it? Oh, it's absolutely disgusting. Porto's managers promised him Farioli did well at Ajax before he went to Portugal. Yeah, I want to see someone that knows the club. I'm not going to lie, and maybe I don't know. I just want this guy gone. I can't believe he's still here. It gives me mad anxiety. Is that why he does it? Chew gum? Because I've got anxiety, and when I get anxiety attacks, the last thing I want to do is put anything in my mouth, and I don't want that to come out rude.
I can vouch for that.
My throat feels like it's closing up when I get an anxiety attack. Why would a new manager make a difference? It would, Twisted. I do think that it would. There is still obviously a massive problem at Spurs, and it is rotten from the top to the bottom, but his tactics are all wrong. It is horrible. Fiona, it is disgusting why he eats his gum like that. It's absolutely frigging disgusting. Bovine mastication is a domestic habit that should not be carried out in public to the annoyance of one's neighbours. Yes. I literally sit there.
And very elegantly, wasn't it?
It was. I sit there and it riles the shit out of me.
I thought he said masturbation then.
Jimbo talking about putting things in my mouth. He's so rude.
I didn't mean anything bad.
That's the lines I got a score if I got caught chewing. 1,000 of those was a bugger. Oh, that's what he had to write in school. Bovine mastication is a domestic habit that should not be carried out in public to the annoyance of one's neighbours. That's quite funny that you remembered that, Joey. Can he take Richie as well when he goes? Poor Richie, he's actually playing all right at the minute. But look, I'm going to finish it there because I'm starving. Stuck with me all those years. Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? I never had to do anything like that because I never got detention. Not once. I was such a good girl. Never, ever got a detention, anything like that. I got told off once for swearing in the hallway, but never got detention. It does it. Oh, I never put anything in my mouth I don't swallow. I don't even know where to go with that. I'm not going
to say a word.
I don't even know where to go with that. I don't even know what to say. Yeah. Look, we are. I used to get the cane. They stopped when I told them it gave me an erection. We didn't have the cane at my school.
Yeah, I did many a times.
Yeah, but you're older than me. We never had canes. I don't remember. There was no like slapping of your hands or anything.
A ruler across the hands.
Oh, just the chewing gum, you mean? Okay. Yeah, we didn't have any of that. That's thrown me, that has. I'm not going to lie. I don't know. It has. The chat's gone right down the toilet. You've got an eye test in the morning at 9:30. Oh. We are Tottenham TV at 6:30 tomorrow. I'm on Chris Cowling at 10:15, something like that. Big up Moondog. Thank you for the super chat, says big up Kate and Jimbo. What was you going to say, Tim?
I'll get Moondog, so he ain't give us his input on Frank.
No, he's only just arrived, I think.
I know. Give us some input before we go, Moondog.
Yeah, what do you make?
Super chat, as always. And Kate is going to order some stuff off of you.
What are you making of Frank not being sacked? Do let us know. But yeah, we are on. Are we doing a show tomorrow, Jim? I don't think we are we?
I've got an eye test tomorrow, and my baby goes in to have a fanny done on Thursday.
In other words, the dog is going in to be spayed. Just so everyone knows. Love it, Kate. Too depressing, Jim. But yeah, that's right. Moondog. Yes, look, thank you. It needs to be therapy. We've got to be there for each other. We're all in the same boat. We're all struggling. We're all having to watch this shower of shite.
But just to answer Joey's question, I don't need to, Joey.
But yeah, what's that? You two are the best. Even when I'm so down about a club, you still make me laugh. Look, you've got to laugh. Number one, it's only a game of football, and number two,
it's still depressing though.
Yeah, but what is it? There's all the dark. It's always darkest before the dawn, or something. My lady's going in to get her fanny done. Honestly, he literally keeps going up to the dog and going, "Oh, baby, you having your mini moo cut out tomorrow?" And it's like they're not cutting her vagina out, Jim. They're just spaying her. I swear to God, this man's got no clue of what they do. I don't know if I had to have a hysterectomy, God help me. I don't know what he'd be telling people I was having done. He's literally got no clue whatsoever. But yeah, the dog goes in Wednesday. However, we may still. I'm unavailable.
I can't bear it. Going in, they're gonna whatever they're gonna do to her.
Probably just tie her tubes. God's sake. We will probably be back Wednesday and do a show on Wednesday.
Yeah, Wednesday. Wait, we can do one Wednesday because the dog's going in.
Yeah, and
she's going in at 8:30.
Then by the time that we finish, she'll be ready to come home. Big up Moondog with the triple super chat saying my bet is that the quad was on and it's now out the window. Yes, along with everything else.
I will be shouting it at the beginning of the next season. Don't worry. Not unless Frank's in charge, then I'll be shouting the relegation is on.
Jim
uttered, not relegated.
Getting her minge stitched out. Honestly, Jim uttered the words on Saturday. William, that's our son. He went, William, I'm going to become a City fan. That's what he said. Yeah, people would be in shock if Jim explained what happened to Kay. Exactly. I dread to think he tells people when I've got endometriosis, which is all to do with scarring on your womb and stuff. And he used to say to people, yeah, Kate's got something wrong with her. She's got something wrong with her bits inside, like her girl parts. I don't know what it is. She's got a disease. It's like, seriously? Honestly, I don't know. Frank has to decide before tomorrow if he wants big bad Dom in the squad over Tell. Okay, interesting. Jimbo, her lady garden needed weeding. Oh, he is. Do you know what? He is poetic, isn't he, Jimbo? The things that come out of his mouth. And Moo Dog saying, Kate, send me a pic of your dog and name and I will create something for you both. Oh, you're too generous, Moo Dog. Yeah,
we want some table mats.
Yeah, we got to get placemats from you.
And yeah, we want some placemats and the cup ones for the table are set. I keep telling Kate to message her.
Oh, yeah, like I have been extremely busy doing things. You just sit on your ass worrying about your dog's fanny all day.
So yeah, I'll get Kate to email you, Moondog.
Thank you so much for the 4 super chats. You're very, very generous and kind. Yeah, Dr. Jim is greater than Dr. Tottenham. You just know, though, Dr. Tottenham's going to come calling again at the weekend because Burnley haven't won in I don't know how long. We just know what's going to happen. But we've got tomorrow to get through before we worry about the weekend's match.
They put on I think it was Sky Sports. Oh yeah, I think it was Sky Sports. The teams that hadn't won and then play us and they win.
Yeah, Bournemouth.
Like 5 or 6 of them. Leicester.
Wolves drew against us, yeah.
And it's like, oh my God, there is a Dr. Tottenham. I always think of it, what a load of crap. But I'm beginning to believe it now.
Yeah, when it's you. I blame you. You were on the pump up saying there is absolutely no way West Ham will beat us today. And someone put in the chat, oh, well done, Jim. You've invited Dr. Tottenham. And you've done it. Big up Twisted saying, big up every fanny going through any... you lovely.
I'm going to be worried sick.
Oh, shut up. Big up to Shem for being Graham for being a member for 23 months, for Shem being a member for 22 months, for the legend Rob as well for becoming a new member, for Moondog for coming in with 1, 2, 3, 4 super chats, doing the quad. Big up Moondog, always very, very generous to the channel. And also to Twisted for coming in with the late super chat about fannies. Forecast for tomorrow, Jim. I know we're going to do a pre-match therapy session on We Are Tottenham TV. But what do you think the score will be tomorrow? I'm going for Spurs 1, Frankfurt 5. I'm going for an absolute pelting. Joey's going for a 3-1 loss. The media don't get why we want Frank out. They keep saying what a Spurs fan want. I know. Talk Sport today.
We want to win. We want to win a game, please.
Stuart Pearce and Jim White. Frank needs more time. Yes, that's easy to say when it is not your team. I'm going to do 5-1 to Dortmund. Did I say Frankfurt? Sorry. I see. Look, my brain's gone. Fiona's saying 3-0 to Dortmund. Jimbo, what are you saying?
Oh, God, I can't say, can I?
7-0, says Darren.
Can I say 2?
Big up Moondog saying Spurs win 2-1.
Yeah, and another super chat. You're a legend, Moondog.
You are. What did I say? Did I say Frankfurt? Who did I say we're playing? I don't even know. My brain's gone. It's talking about fannies. That's what's done it.
I'd rather talk about fannies than Tottenham.
True, me too.
My head says we're going to lose 3-0, right? That's what my head says, but my heart says we're going to win 2-1. I'm with Moondog.
Okay, so Jim's trying to be positive. There's some positivity there. Frankfurt fannies.
Tottenham's going to win, right? But do you know what? Right, this is the gospel truth. Kate will tell you this. When we was watching my brain goes in. When we was watching the Arsenal game, my chest started to go tight. That's why I went out into the kitchen. I really felt my chest was really tightening up, and I said,
Arsenal game. Don't you mean West Ham?
West Ham game. And Kate went, please don't die on me. And I had to leave the room and go in the kitchen and start doing some cleaning. My chest was feeling so tight watching it.
Right, we've got to go because you are being redirected now to Ben's stream at 2:00. So stay where you are. Thank you so much to everyone for your generosity and for just being here and trying to keep us sane. It was much more fun talking about fannies than it was talking about just how shit Spurs are. But we'll see you tomorrow night. We Are Tottenham TV or Chris Cowling. And if not, then we'll be back here Wednesday at 12:30. Have a great rest of your day. And as always, come on, you Spurs.
Come on.
Giving opinions with no regret, smashing the top bins like in the onion net. Talking the talk with Kate and Jim, and walking the walk, just listen in. The perfect match, Kate and Jim, getting at it. Kate and Jim are gonna smash it. Reviews, previews, opinions and laughter, mix and transfer news, it's what you're after. The perfect match, the perfect match. You just got to latch onto that perfect match. The perfect match, the perfect match. You just got to latch onto that perfect match. Jimbo always keeps a positive spin, while Kate's Mickey has a name dropping. Gets you out of the blue like Lenny stop robbing, or she's just flip-flopping. Hell, this place is popping. The perfect match, you just got to latch onto that perfect match. The perfect match, the perfect match, you just got to latch onto that perfect match.